Hello everybody, Floppy Hat Photos back here again for another Idiot's Guide to Marathon Training. And today is Thursday the 25th of 2015, and it's a wonderful, beautiful day. It stormed all night long, rained like hell, I think about 3 inches I think I heard. Went out for my last run of my 541 day long run streak. And today's little video is going to be, I guess, talking about accepting and coming to terms with disappointment and failed goals. I had set a goal of, when I started run streaking on January 1st, 2014, I had wanted to run for 30 days in a row is what my goal was. I got the end of 30 days, what's 31, what's 35, what's 40, so on and so forth. And then somewhere around July, I think it was, I decided to set a goal of trying to run streak for the rest of my life. And with that goal that I set out to do, I knew it was a far-fetched goal. I knew it was going to be one that's going to be super hard to reach. And I thought, what the hell? Here's the best part of the goal. I knew I would never set a world record. I knew I would never be the longest run streak ever, because there's people who started way younger than me who are probably going to outlive me also. So I knew the chance would never happen. But it was my goal of living a life running every single day, even with the hope that the day I died, I would have ran that morning and then died that afternoon, or at least had my run streak in before I passed. So that was the point of my thought, of my goal. And today will be the last day of that run streak, because I'm getting ready to go home, get showered, get cleaned up, head over to surgery, where I'm going to have all 10 toenails cut off. And I'm going to have 3 days, can't even put shoes on, not supposed to be on my feet at all, feet elevated, all that good stuff. So with those 3 days out, and then talk like 2 weeks of before I make recovery enough, they recommend me to run. I'll probably be running hopefully before 2 weeks, but if not, oh well, life goes on. So once the run streak dies at 1 day or 2 weeks, it really makes no difference there, in my opinion. So it's one of those things that a lot of people out there have they put no emphasis, no power, no belief in the run streak. They're like, oh, it's nothing, anybody could do that. I was even told that it makes no difference at all, because it only requires 1 mile in order to do it, even though my average has been way more than a mile a day. Been more like 5 miles a day average, I believe, somewhere in there. But I was told that 97-year-old woman can do it, so it doesn't make it impressive. It's not like qualifying for Boston or something hard that takes commitment and takes dedication. So I found that rather disturbing in the process, that why anybody would feel the need to shit on somebody else's goal. And if it is so easy, why don't more people do it? Considering the fact that I guarantee more people have qualified and raced Boston than will ever run. I'm going to go 30-day run streak, let alone a 365-day run streak or a 541-day run streak like I was into. My biggest fear and concern is that tomorrow by midnight, I'm going to be all up in my head. I'm going to be overthinking it, trying to figure out a way to get out there and even hobble a mile around the track on a padded track. But my biggest goal is to not let that happen. And then if I do start my run streak again, which I don't know, I may or may not have my mind up, because I know that every time I talk about my run streak from that day on, I'm going to think that there was, until I reached 542 days, I'm going to think, well, I've already done better than this, so what's the use of doing this goal again? So it's one of those things, and even once I do start it up again, I probably won't start until January 1st, 2016, because I like to be able to remember dates like that, because I'm horrible at dates and memories. So went ahead, and I'll probably be thinking every time there's 730 days that I could have been longer in the streak. But who knows? I'll at least be able to say in my heart that I was able to run sick, injured, cracked kneecaps, strained Achilles tendons, everything else involved, flus, sickness. Literally so dizzy at one point, I was sick enough there for a while that I was having trouble standing up. I was walking around with crutches all day, vomiting my guts out. Went out and ran that day still. Went out and ran the hardest marathon of my life on the most difficult trail of my life. Next day, I cracked my kneecap on that race. Next day, I got up and ran a mile. So definitely, well, I didn't get right up and run a mile. I ran a mile before that midnight, so I had to stretch out and get loosened up. But I was able to complete a goal that was way longer than I thought, and then I turned that goal into a lifetime goal, which is a goal that until I died I would never accomplish. So it's kind of a lofty thought and lofty goal there. And theoretically, I'm choosing to break the streak myself, because I could have chose not to have this surgery and just lived with the pain in my toenails and that the rest of my life. And I probably even could have went over and just had one cut off at a time and maybe fought through it and worked through it and able to keep my run streak alive. And I realized that right there makes no sense either. But the biggest thing I have to take out of this, I want to encourage you guys, if you set a goal, and whether that goal be run a mile a day, whether that goal be run a 12-minute mile, whether that goal be qualify for Boston, whatever that goal is, don't let anybody else tell you your goal is stupid or your goal is worthless because other people can do it. Because unless you're the most elite runner in the world, have done something nobody else ever done, every goal has been able to be accomplished by somebody else out there. So don't let somebody else shit on your goal. Don't let somebody else shit on your dream. And when you're realizing that your goal and your dream is coming to an end, try and find a new goal and a new dream. Because even though this goal ends, doesn't mean that my running's going to end. Doesn't mean any kind of stuff. It's just one of those little things that I really got great pride out of bragging about. The fact of running, every day for 541 days now. And I was basically had also somebody else tell me, well, that's just a stupid reason to do it, just so you can brag about it. I'm like, it's not the only reason I do it. I do it because I enjoy it. I do it because it gives me a sense of accomplishment, a sense of self, and a sense of the ability that I'm doing something that most people in the world will never do. I ran a marathon, which is something most people will never do. I'm going to run a 50-miler coming up here in September. Again, something even fewer people do. So we always do things that makes us feel a little special, regardless of what that is. And feeling special is not a bad thing to have. But allowing other people to take away your feelingness of special, your feelingness of accomplishment, that's where you can really get a defeatist attitude, and you cannot allow yourself to be brought down by others and their opinions. So I'm choosing to ignore the fact that everybody else is telling me I should or shouldn't do this, or what I've done is no big deal, it's not important, it's not impressive, because I know it is. I know it's a difficult thing I've done that, again, I may decide to do again, or I may decide to start a whole new goal, and who knows, I may decide to qualify for Boston, which is going to suck. They're talking for 2017. They're going to lower the times by 5 minutes again. So that's going to be that much more difficult for me to actually accomplish and be able to reach. But considering the fact that I'm able to reach every other goal I've set out like this when it comes to running, there's really no reason why I can't accomplish this goal as well. So I just got to figure out what goal it is I want to find, what goal it is I want to set, what goal it is I want to accomplish. So another thing that kind of sucks with the run streak ending today, technically I guess tomorrow, is Coach Jeff podcast also does a Run for the Sun podcast, and with that it's a Run for the Sun challenge on his Coach Jeff running podcast, and it's actually to run every single day of this month, and they give away awards. I ran on a 200 plus miles, I believe it was, last year during this month, and 2 full marathons included in there. And this year I was hoping to be top 3 or at least top 5 of everybody in the world that was competing in this. And when I realized I was supposed to have surgery a week ago, Friday, I had cut my mileage back knowing I was not going to be able to accomplish the top 5. And then I got pushed back to 25th, so there's a chance I might have been able to run more miles and be up near the top of the pack. But considering the fact I can't run every day this month, don't matter if I run 1,000 miles, I'm not going to win that contest because I'm not going to be able to finish it and complete it. And that's also another kick in the teeth. So I guess this whole thing is just an accomplishment. Oh, that's my time alarm telling me I should eat something, but I can't because I have surgery in just a few hours. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, I guess. But I guess my main goal I want to tell you today is, just because one goal gets crushed by the inability to continue it, don't give up. Just change your goals. And that's what I got to do now. So I'm going to have a couple weeks to think up a new goal and go out there and crush that son of a bitch. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Get out there, lace your shoes up, hit the door, get your run on, and find a goal that's out of your reach and figure out a way to reach it.